What is the capital of France? Paris. What celestial body orbits the Earth? The Moon. How many letters are there in the English alphabet? 26. What is the nearest star to Earth? The Sun. What is the title of the ruler in Egypt called? Pharaoh. What is the fastest land animal? Cheetah. How many continents are there on Earth? 7. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. What is the name of the most famous English detective? Sherlock Holmes. What is the longest river in the world? The Nile River. How many days does it take for the Earth to orbit the Sun? 365 days. What is the human body's largest organ? Skin. What's the diameter of the Earth? 12,756 kilometers. What is the third planet from the Sun in our solar system? Earth. What is the name of the most famous English playwright? William Shakespeare. What is the biggest planet in our solar system? Jupiter. How many degrees are found in a circle? 360 degrees. What is the deepest ocean in the world? The Pacific Ocean. When did the Soviet Union dissolve? In 1991. What is the tallest building in the world? Burj Khalifa. Who invented the light bulb? Thomas Edison. What gas do humans breathe in? Oxygen. What is the boiling point of water at sea level? 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the hottest continent on Earth? Africa. How many teeth does an adult human have? 32. What is the largest country by area? Russia. What is the largest galaxy in the universe? Milky Way. What is the largest ocean on the Earth? Pacific Ocean. How many stars are on the American flag? 50. What is the largest rainforest in the world? The Amazon rainforest. What does a caterpillar turn into? A butterfly. What is the tallest tree in the world? The redwood tree. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci. What are baby dogs called? Puppies. Who created the character Sherlock Holmes? Arthur Conan Doyle. What fruit do raisins come from? Grapes. What gas do plants absorb from the atmosphere? Carbon dioxide. Who said, "I have a dream," in a famous speech? Martin Luther King. What are the three states of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas. What is the name of the device that shows us directions? Compass. What is the capital of Italy? Rome. What is the freezing point of water at sea level? 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Which planet is known for its rings? Saturn. Which country invented tea? China. What is the capital of India? New Delhi. What is the capital of Germany? Berlin. What is the capital of Spain? Madrid. How many legs does a spider typically have? 8. What animal is the king of the jungle? Lion. How many days are there in a leap year? 366. What fruit is known to have lots of vitamin C? Orange. Who is the author of the Harry Potter series? Joanne Rowling. What do caterpillars transform into? Butterflies. What are baby rabbits called? Kits or bunnies? What bird is known for its colorful feathers and ability to mimic human speech? Parrot. What is the capital of Russia? Moscow. Who is the current President of the United States? Joe Biden. What are the three primary colors? Red, blue, and yellow. What is the tallest animal in the world? Giraffe. In which season do leaves fall from the trees? Autumn. What is the biggest dinosaur known to have walked the earth? Argentinosaurus. How many legs does a crab have? 10. What is the smallest planet in our solar system? Mercury. What is the smallest continent by land area? Australia. What is the smallest ocean in the world? The Arctic Ocean. Where is the Eiffel Tower located? Paris. What is the hardest natural substance on Earth? Diamond. What is the capital of Canada? Ottawa. What are the colors of a rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. How many colors are there in a rainbow? 7. What is the fourth planet from the Sun in our solar system? Mars. What is the national bird of the United States? Bald eagle. What type of animal is known for building dams? Beaver. What is the tallest mountain in Africa? Mount Kilimanjaro. What is the distance around a circle called? Circumference. What does a thermometer measure? Temperature. What is the capital of Japan? Tokyo. What is the capital of Australia? Canberra. What is the largest type of big cat in the world? Tiger. What is the name of the device that we use to see distant objects more clearly? Telescope. What is the capital of Brazil? Brasilia. What is the capital of China? Beijing. What is the capital of the United Kingdom? London. What is the second planet from the Sun in our solar system? Venus. What gas do plants release into the atmosphere? Oxygen. What is the name of the device that we use to measure time? Clock. What is the name of the most famous English queen? Queen Elizabeth II. What is the capital of Mexico? Mexico City. What is the smallest breed of dog? Chihuahua. What is the name of the device that we use to measure temperature? Thermometer. What is the capital of Egypt? Cairo. What is the biggest desert in the world? The Sahara Desert. What is the name of the device that we use to measure weight? Scale. What is the largest bird in the world? The ostrich. What is the name of the device that we use to measure distance? Ruler or tape measure. What is the name of the scientist who developed the principle of buoyancy? Archimedes. What is the sixth planet from the Sun in our solar system? Saturn. What is the largest continent in the world? Asia. What is the name of the device that we use to measure speed? Speedometer. What is the largest animal in the world? The blue whale. Who painted The Persistence of Memory? Salvador Dali. What is the name of the scientist who discovered gravity? Sir Isaac Newton. What is the currency of Japan? Yen. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK? Margaret Thatcher. What is the smallest country in the world by land area? Vatican City. Who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. How many time zones are there in Russia? 11. What is the most spoken language in the world? Mandarin Chinese. Who was the first President of the United States? George Washington. What is the rarest blood type? AB negative. Which country has the most islands in the world? Sweden. What is the smallest bone in the human body? Stirrup bone. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Marie Curie. Which is the largest internal organ in the human body? Liver. How many ribs do humans have? 24. Which ocean surrounds the continent of Australia? Pacific Ocean. What is the longest day of the year called? Summer solstice. Which country is home to the kangaroo? Australia. Which planet is closest to the Sun? Mercury. What is the largest desert in the world? Sahara Desert. What is the largest animal on Earth? Blue whale. What is the currency of China? Yuan. Which is the smallest ocean in the world? Arctic Ocean. What is the smallest bird in the world? Bee hummingbird. How many hearts does an octopus have? 3. Which country has the most natural lakes? Canada. Which is the largest, desert-only, country in the world? Algeria. How many planets are there in our solar system? 8. Which is the largest volcano on Earth? Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Which continent is known as the Dark Continent? Africa. What is the most widely spoken language in South America? Spanish. Which is the only mammal that can fly? Bat. What is the longest river in South America? Amazon River. What is the capital city of Spain? Madrid. What is the currency of the United Kingdom? Pound sterling. Who was the first president of the Russian Federation? Boris Yeltsin. Who invented the World Wide Web? Tim Berners-Lee. What is the largest living land animal? African elephant. Which is the longest river in the world? Nile River. What is the largest island in the world? Greenland. How many time zones are there in China? 1. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. When did the Vietnam War end? In 1975. How many stripes are there on the U.S. flag? 13 stripes. Which country has won most football World Cup titles? Brazil, 5 titles. Who was the founder of Microsoft? Bill Gates. What is the smallest country in the world by population? Vatican City. What is the highest mountain in North America? Denali, Mount McKinley. When was the World Health Organization established? In 1948. What is the largest amphibian species in the world? Chinese giant salamander. How many players are there in a cricket team? 11 players. Which country is the origin of the Olympic Games? Greece. Which mammal has no vocal cords? Giraffe. What is the currency of Russia? Ruble. How many bones are there in an adult human body? 206. What is the longest reign of any monarch? King Sobhuza II of Swaziland, 82 years. What is the hottest planet in the solar system? Venus. How many squares are on a chessboard? 64 squares. When was the Internet publicly introduced? In 1991. What is the largest bird species in the world? Ostrich. Which continent has the most countries? Africa, 54 countries. What is the currency of India? Rupee. Who is often called the father of modern Olympics? Pierre de Coubertin. What is the longest bony fish on Earth? Oarfish. When did the Apollo 11 mission land on the Moon? In 1969. Which planet is known as the Red Planet? Mars. When was the United Nations established? In 1945. Who was the first person to walk on the Moon? Neil Armstrong. How many states are there in the United States? 50 states. When was the World Bank established? In 1944. When did the First World War end? In 1918. Who wrote the novel, 1984? George Orwell. Who wrote the play, Romeo and Juliet? William Shakespeare. What is the distance between the Earth and the Sun? Approximately 149.6 million kilometers. In what year did World War II end? In 1945. Who is the current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Rishi Sunak. What is the deepest part of the world's oceans? Mariana Trench. Who developed the theory of relativity? Albert Einstein. What is the common name for ascorbic acid? Vitamin C. What is the highest waterfall in the world? Angel Falls. What is the largest lake in the world? Caspian Sea. Who was the first human to travel into space? Yuri Gagarin. Who discovered electricity? Benjamin Franklin. Who was the first person to climb Mount Everest? Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. What is the largest volcano in the world? Mauna Loa. In what year did the American Civil War start? In 1861. When did the American Civil War end? In 1865. What is the deepest lake in the world? Lake Baikal. What is the largest fish in the world? Whale shark. In what year did the American Revolutionary War start? In 1775. Who was the first person to win a Nobel Prize? Wilhelm Röntgen. Which continent is the largest by population? Asia. Who discovered the structure of DNA? James Watson and Francis Crick. Which river is known as the longest river in the world? Nile. What is the largest reptile in the world? Saltwater crocodile. Which lake is the deepest in the world? Baikal. Which is the largest ocean in the world? The Pacific Ocean. In what year did World War I begin? In 1914. What is the chemical symbol for carbon? C. Who was the first person to reach the South Pole? Roald Amundsen. Who was the President of the United States during World War I? Woodrow Wilson. What is the longest snake in the world? Reticulated python. What is the name of the largest rainforest in the world? Amazon rainforest. What is the longest mountain range in the world? Andes. Which country has the highest number of rivers? Bangladesh. In what year did the first man land on the moon? In 1969. Who invented the Internet? Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn. Who was the first person to reach the North Pole? Robert Peary. What is the largest sea in the world? Philippine Sea. Which country has the most volcanoes? Indonesia. Which is the most populous country in the world? China. Which country has the most languages spoken? Papua New Guinea. Which is the highest capital city in the world? La Paz. In what year did World War II start? In 1939. What is the largest city by population? Tokyo. Which country has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites? Italy. What is the longest wall in the world? Great Wall of China. What is the heaviest land animal? African elephant. Which country has the longest coastline? Canada. Who was the leader of the American Revolution? George Washington. What is the longest river in the United States? Missouri River. In what year did the U.S. declare independence? In 1776. Who was the key figure during the French Revolution? Maximilien Robespierre. Which planet has the most moons? Jupiter. Which country has the most neighbors? China. Who invented the radio? Guglielmo Marconi. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun? Japan. Who was the first Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Robert Walpole. What is the smallest animal in the world? Paedophryne amoensis, a frog. Who was the first female astronaut in space? Valentina Tereshkova. Which country is the largest producer of coffee? Brazil. What is the fastest animal in the world? Peregrine falcon, in dive. When did the French Revolution begin? In 1789. In what year did the Russian Revolution occur? In 1917. Who was the first emperor of Rome? Augustus Caesar. What was the main cause of World War I? Assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic? Amelia Earhart. Who was the leader of the Soviet Union during World War II? Joseph Stalin. Who was the youngest president of the United States? Theodore Roosevelt. Who was the Queen of England during the Victorian era? Queen Victoria. Who was the first emperor of China? Qin Shi Huang. When did India gain independence from British rule? In 1947. Who discovered the law of gravity? Isaac Newton. When did the Cold War end? In 1991. When was the United Nations founded? In 1945. Who was the last emperor of the Russian Empire? Nicholas II. Who was the first Prime Minister of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. When was the printing press invented? Around 1440. When did the Titanic sink? In 1912. Who was the last pharaoh of Egypt? Cleopatra. Who is known as the father of medicine? Hippocrates. When was the American Declaration of Independence signed? July 4, 1776. When did South Africa abolish apartheid? In 1991. When did the Spanish Civil War take place? 1936 to 1939. Who was the first president of the Republic of China? Sun Yat-sen. Who was the first Prime Minister of Canada? John A. Macdonald. Who is the current Prime Minister of India? Narendra Modi. When was the first Earth Day celebrated? April 22, 1970. Who was the first president of France's Fifth Republic? Charles de Gaulle. Who painted The Scream? Edvard Munch. When was the Suez Canal opened? In 1869. Who is the author of War and Peace? Leo Tolstoy. Who is the current Chancellor of Germany? Olaf Scholz. Who developed the polio vaccine? Jonas Salk. Who is the current president of France? Emmanuel Macron. Who is the author of The Old Man and the Sea? Ernest Hemingway. Who is the current Prime Minister of Canada? Justin Trudeau. Who is the current Prime Minister of Japan? Fumio Kishida. What is the highest mountain in the world? Mount Everest. Who is the author of The Hobbit? John Tolkien. Who composed the Fifth Symphony? Ludwig van Beethoven. In what year did the Spanish Civil War start? In 1936. What is the closest star to Earth? Proxima Centauri. Who wrote Crime and Punishment? Fyodor Dostoevsky. Who invented the automobile? Carl Benz. Who was the key figure during the Russian Revolution? Vladimir Lenin. What is the largest mammal on land? Elephant. Who was the 16th President of the United States? Abraham Lincoln. In what year was the Berlin Wall torn down? In 1989. Who was the 44th President of the United States? Barack Obama. What is the fastest animal on land? Cheetah. Who was the 35th President of the United States? John Kennedy. What is the largest river in the world? Amazon. Who was the first man to orbit the Earth? Yuri Gagarin. In what year did the Great Fire of London occur? In 1666. Who invented the printing press? Johannes Gutenberg. Who wrote Fahrenheit 451? Ray Bradbury. Who is the current monarch of the United Kingdom? King Charles III. In what year was the Declaration of Independence signed? In 1776. Who is the author of Harry Potter? Joanne Rowling. What is the longest bone in the human body? Femur. What is the most common element in the universe? Hydrogen. What is the speed of light? Approximately 299,792 kilometers per second. What is the coldest continent on Earth? Antarctica. What is the capital of South Korea? Seoul. Who was the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes? Marie Curie. What is the most abundant gas in Earth's atmosphere? Nitrogen. What is the largest artery in the human body? Aorta. What is the most common blood type in humans? O positive. What is the hardest substance in the human body? Tooth enamel. What is the coldest planet in our solar system? Neptune. What is the largest moon in our solar system? Ganymede. What is the heaviest organ in the human body? Liver. What is the capital of Switzerland? Bern.